bought 4-foot Christmas tree. Black Christmas tree with blue balls. I was like, you little... What?
My own, when I was in the treatment room one time, they would hand out snacks and things of the such. And they had different charity people that came out, and there was sometimes like pins, Survivor and other things like that. They would just hand them out for anything you wanted. I was digging through and just looking to see if there was anything interesting, and I came across a pin. Just a simple circle on blue, black lettering. It says, "Cancer sucks." Mm-hmm. And that was my mom's favorite thing I ever got out of there. She kept it forever.
Well, people really enjoy. On the wall, I have there's a picture of Mark with a T-shirt that says, "I beat anorexia."
Oh God!
Which I think was a gift from you, yes. Right?
Yeah,
people love that.
I wore that out to Igor's birthday, but it's a little festival they have every year in one of the parks in Austin. Hmm. And the first time in my life, I got stopped like 3 times. People take pictures with me.
Actually, that's not the first time people were delighted to take pictures with you. You were not cognizant of this particular time.
Oh no! Yes,
but
Nacogdoches.
Are we recording, by the way?
Yeah. No. It's not on. Trust me.
No. I would rather.
We are recording.
We are recording. When it's blinking, it's recording.
So I'm in. I'm in Huntsville at the time, going to school, Sam Houston State. Heather, Andrea, one other girl, I don't remember who. But they called me out of the blue one night, like a Friday. They said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I go, "I'm at home. It's like Friday. It's like 9 at night or whatever." "Well, we're coming up." And I go, "Really?" And they go, "Well, we're stopping through. We're going to, yeah, which she was at Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, she was living in Nacogdoches.
Living in Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin. They said, "Can you come?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So they came, hung out at my house for a little bit, my cousins and all of us being goofy and stuff. I had to get on the road. So I said, "All right, you know what? I'll go." Yeah. So I hop in there with them. We keep on going. I keep hearing that everybody else is going to show the next day or whatever. Presumably from Austin. I don't think anybody was still living here. I think you guys started to live out that way.
No, not me yet.
No? Okay.
I'd gone up there and hung out with them. We're leaving from there.
Okay. Well, regardless, that's the preface to it like this. So we get there. It's really late, and I remember Angela, a.k.a. Bean, we went to go eat at a Greasy Spoon, mom and pop Greasy Spoon like that. And then walking back, we went through a cemetery, chilled out at the cemetery talking and stuff like that. And then we kept on back and then just pretty much passed out and went to sleep. Next morning, people start showing up. You guys all start showing up like that. Somebody, in their infinite wisdom, Brady, said, hey fellas, hey guys, you know what I heard? We could get this crazy high by taking, I believe it was nutmeg. Yeah, nutmeg. So I don't know who went, but a group went off to like a GNC or something and got like a wooden crate, like a pallet full of nutmeg, and just pills and
No, you did it. I was up with Colin. And
I didn't do it.
A pill filler.
Okay.
He had his own. He didn't go buy it. It's the capsules. You put the empty
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays.
No, individual things for capsules.
Oh, okay.
You take them apart, put the upright ones there, scatter all like that, pack it down, and then you put the caps on them, and you have a capsule.
Gotcha.
And
my friends in pharmacy. My friends in pharmacy school, so I get it.
I don't know what he was using it for before this, but yeah, the thing I saw it, the nutmeg thing came in a drum this size. If every one of us took a hard hit off of that thing, we barely used half of it.
I recall because we were all there because there was going to be a party. They were going to throw a party. I'm going on a limb, maybe 5 or 6 to start the party like that. And it oddly enough, everybody kind of came, and I think everybody that had ingested this nutmeg was kind of waiting for the immediate effects of it, and it didn't quite happen real quick.
No. Wait, I do want one more preface before he reveals my shame. I'm up there helping Colin encapsulate these things. And I ask him, because I'm going to partake as well, how many do you think I should take? 10 or 11. Yeah. And I'm thinking the same thing. It's nutmeg. We put this, in our eggs. Okay, that's fine. Later on, I find out that's how many Colin takes. And Colin is a Scotsman. You got to run over his head with a dump truck to get him high.
This is news to me. I didn't know this part.
Yeah. So I took a dozen of them. And like
that would explain. Okay.
They didn't kick in right away.
No.
So I start whiling away the time by doing shots and drinking beer.
I didn't know that part either.
Now.
Okay. So everybody that was indulging begins to kind of feel a little bit of euphoria, feel pretty good or whatever like that. That's fine. It's a drug. They're experimental. Party begins to start. There's food out and stuff like that. What I did not realize was not only was it Angela and Colin's party, but it was also like this little cul-de-sac that they had of apartments where everybody's door was open. So these people came out of their party and went to that party and vice versa. It was like a good 6 apartments worth of parties. And it was nice. It was communal and all that. It was really interesting to see. And I think it may have been a costume if you want a costume, maybe Halloween.
One of them was a costume party. It wasn't ours. Well, no, ours was too because I had the mask.
Yeah, you were wearing a, yeah.
I don't remember clearly.
So if I can hard cut. Party thing started about 5 or 6. This is hard cut to about 8. And I've met a lot of people, but I have not seen our people for a long time. So at some point I go upstairs because the restroom's upstairs and my stuff is upstairs from the night before. I go upstairs and I open the door and Dave and Colin and a number of other people are out cold in this room full of it was like camp, summer camp. Everybody's just huddled. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then it dawns on me. Oh, they're coming down from whatever it was, and they're sleepy. They're just crashing out while a party's happening downstairs. But you held strong and were like, you know what? I'm here for a party. So you're there. And so I go back downstairs, and you're there, and you're sitting on a couch, and, it's pretty much just you by yourself on the couch like that, while people are mingling and walking around and whatever. So I'm kind of talking to somebody after a time, and I look around, and you were kind of trying to stay awake because you sort of fall on the same fate as everybody upstairs like that. But you were really trying hard to kind of stay with it all. And at one point, it just got you. And so you were out. And it was really interesting to me because, again, I wasn't sitting near you or anything, but I could see, corner of my eye talking to other people, there were just one after another of groups. Some of them, 2 pretty hot girls. One of them a girl and then her boyfriend. But people would come and sit next to you and take photos of themselves. Kind of like in McDonald's with the Ronald thing, with the large Mexican who's passed out and wearing, I forget what you were wearing, but it definitely had a mask. And
it was a mask, and I think I was wearing my red shirt.
It was beautiful to see. I was like, he's a big hit and doesn't even realize it.
I got 2.5 add-ons.
Man.
So first off, the sleeping on the couch was not the first time it got to me. At one point, I'd gone over to get, I think, a beer. And I got the cup and whatnot, and then something weird was happening to the wall. And it turns out the weird part was not the wall, it was the ceiling. And I was looking up at the ceiling because I'm flat on my back on the ground. And some people were trying to get around me to get beer and talking about me and talking about that I think he passed out. And I said very loudly and somewhat indignantly, I did not pass out. And I understood that I chose to lay on the tiles because they're cool and I'm very warm. And got up and went and sat on the couch.
That's like Peter O'Toole going, I am not an alcoholic. I'm a good old-fashioned drunk. Know the difference.
I didn't sit on the couch at that point. I'm going to go ahead and tell this one gets dumb and a little embarrassing. But yes, I'm pretty sloppy at this point. And like I said, different people were coming from different places. And one of the guys there, little 20-something tweet, who is wearing a one-piece woman's lingerie that is not doing the proper job in the Southern Hemisphere, as it were, because it wasn't designed for him. This is a difficult thing to keep out of your mind. Oh, every now and again turn around, and he's kind of poking out here and there. Anyway, I think Angela thought it was funny.
I'm sure
that I kept, for some reason, turning around just in time to see his junk.
I'm sure she did.
And makes this weird suggestion. Comes to the person on the back and said, I know that guy. He's kind of nice to him. He'd probably suck your dick. And that was kind of my response. It's like, and then I look over and I considered it for a second. Then that's enough. Let's go sit down.
It's not going to be this kind of party.
And I thought I'd sit down. I need to sober up something. Even got a glass of what I think was water.
It was clear liquid.
Didn't drink any of it. And that's when the whole thing, the couch happened. I just
I'll never
petered
forget.
out.
I'll never forget.
No pun intended. The last bit, the next day.
Okay. By the way, literally to this point, to now, today, on film, I never knew if you were actually like cognizant of all of that. But like, if you knew all
bits
that.
and pieces. I vaguely remember Beck's Loser coming on and realizing I'd stood up and started singing.
Yes, she did.
And when it was over, I sat back down.
New song at the time, by the way.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
The next day, I am as hungover as I have ever been in my life. I don't usually get that bad of a hangover from alcohol. Whatever the nutmeg was, it just sapped all life out of me. And I feel dreadful. And in this state, Angel thinks it'd be neat to take me to her favorite resale shop. I feel dreadful. My head is pounding. My stomach's churning. I can barely see. And I don't disagree enough. And all of a sudden, I'm in this resale shop. I'm just following behind her, hoping this will end. And we get there, and the guy behind the counter looks up and directly into my eyes, lock eyes for a second, and he goes, "Hey, you made it!" And shows me one of those pictures. A little Polaroid. Here's the kicker. Angela doesn't know this guy.
Oh, no.
One of the guys that wandered into the party.
Oh, no.
Just apparently, in a small circle in Nacogdoches, I'm kind of famous.
That is beautiful, dude. I love that. Oh, I did not know that there was more to the story.
This is the problem with being a high-functioning alcoholic.
Oh, man.
You have a lot of cautionary tales that all start out with, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Don't ever.
Yeah, that's why I've never talked to any of my nephews about drinking because
Who are you to
yeah,
talk?
I mean, it's sort of better as a bad thing.